All the things I do to make a good video for you guys. We are here in South Park, Colorado. Boulder Mania, rock wall mania. You guys stay tuned, check it out. We're putting big boulders, making a rock wall with a mini excavator because we don't have room for the big one. So stay tuned.
It's living the dream.
So a little bit about this job. Behind me is the leach field for this property because we are remote. And you can see the view that the homeowner's gonna have behind me. It's really, really pretty. So they built an A-frame home and they're gonna have a deck. It's a 3-story A-frame home. So don't think like small little Austrian A-frame. This is a big place. And they're gonna have a deck coming off the 2nd level. And then on the bottom level where they come out, they're gonna have a hot tub. Well, you don't really want your hot tub sitting next to your leach field. So we built this rock wall here to give the whole sort of patio area as you come out of the 1st level some structure and build it up. So it's really usable space. It doesn't just come out of the house and fall off. So we built a 2-tier. Whoa, it's cold. It's so cold. We built a 2-tier rock wall system so it gives a little depth, little texture, and if you're not going over 4 feet tall on a particular rock wall section, you save yourself a lot of money, at least theoretically, not having to do more structural work. We did compact, as you'll see in the video, we are compacting in 8 to 1 foot lifts to make sure this thing is nice and solid, but we're not having to put any of the grid material in to hold the rock wall because it's not over 4 feet.
I'm getting to work. Let me get back in. Done.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Seeing how much dirt we need to add. So this is already shot out. Shut up. Well, this is the story pole. I call this the beeper. That's the transit. Or you Call of Duty players, that's the worst accessory to have. It's the trophy system. So if you set it, this grade has already been established down here. So I just set that, take a shot somewhere on the grade that's already been established, and then set this. And then from this point on, I could just take this and tell if I gotta go up or down, which I don't know if you could tell on camera, but yeah, I mean, I can tell by looking at it, it's gotta come on. But this will tell me exactly how much. It's just a big wireless level, that's all this is. That can span for, I don't know, hundreds of yards.
How far can that thing go?
I've never been hundreds of yards, but
You think I could do a whole football field?
as long as this thing can see that laser,
So if it has a clear line of sight, it probably can...
probably. They could probably do
Damn.
hundreds of yards. It's looking good.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look half bad.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Think they'll be back up here tomorrow working?
What's that?
You think they'll be back up here tomorrow working?
Be back up here tomorrow plowing.
Sorry.
It's like 20 hours of plowing.
What is this job?
Rock retaining wall so that they can build the deck back there. Well, I mean, you can see the height difference. It's what, 9 feet, and it was just straight. So they were concerned that this dirt would start giving, and you know, if they're building a deck and their concrete starts going, deck starts going. So the builders wanted this rock retaining wall in place before they build their deck. So that's what we're doing. But I don't have any more grease.
You have a loaded gun?
I got a loaded grease gun, and then I have a loaded gun in the glove box.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You want to try to make wide turns. But here, I can only get so wide.
A wide load.
I don't like where this is going.
What'd you say about my mama?
Probably two more, one here and one there. We should be good for a little bit until we get some more rocks stacked up there. Stop because we need to tamp this dirt. Get her packed in there so we don't get no settlement. Action is key. It's an agonizingly slow moving process.
What are you guys looking at?
Just so everybody knows, Griff is taken. For all the ladies eyeballing him on YouTube.
Sorry, boys. Sorry, girls. Sorry, theys. Sorry, Sloth from the Goonies.
What happened?
I don't know.
You're looking at it. You're filming. That's what happened. Yeah, we thought it was new, and it's like,
Probably
I'm like, wait, hasn't it? It's had 17 hours on it for 2 years almost, so it's probably been run. It's probably been around the village a couple of times.
It's just a few.
Erosion control, so the dirt doesn't wash out between the rocks. It's just so it doesn't wash out, so it should stay for years to come. Is it really? It's being that much of a turd?
Jesus. What is that?
If you do it in the winter and it thaws, everything's gonna sink. If it was just wet and it wasn't freezing, that'd be one thing.
Hey, look, a flat one.
2,000 years later.
Well, it looks like you guys got some of it done.
We're getting there. We are getting there. So far for the day, we got about 20 feet standing out here, getting us up to grade here. So it'll be our base grade for our secondary wall to go in. So that wall is gonna end up coming out right along here. So I'm gonna try and bring it back and tie it back into this one so it looks like it all comes back into one wall. Try and make it pretty. Oh, but stacking these rocks, it's no fun.
Yeah, that's what's taking the longest.
Oh boy, is it. It's a pain in the butt just getting them all stacked. We added to the wall right here. We got us another section of rock put up here. A few more. Got them stacked up in here. Put some material behind them. Tighten them up in there just a little bit more. Got our weed mat. Keep rolling up. Don't want the water that's coming off this house to erode away everything we do. Kind of keeps the wall here for generations to come instead of, a few years.
You gotta come back out.
Yeah, right. And then the best part is that's the leach field right there. So if we mess up, it's gonna end up on top of the leach field and we'll be in really big trouble. And then we'll have to dig stuff off the top of the leach field, which is no fun.
So yeah, this is necessary.
Very. Lots of compaction. And see, we switched to road base a while ago. So we got something structural in there. Without no structure, we got some big problems. Big problems. But right in here, gonna be the base for a hot tub or jacuzzi to go. So, yeah, we're gonna tons of road base here.
The next day.
Just watch out for rock.
Okay.
So you can see behind me the 2 tiers of rock wall that I was referring to. Again, get some real nice texture to the job. These boulders would be what's called 2 to 3 foot boulders, which are right about at the max of what our mini can handle. But because of the leach field, which is here to my right, we weren't able to get a big excavator down here. We had to do everything from right next to the house, avoiding the caissons. So there really wasn't much room to work with. But Bobby, you guys know Bobby Dirt Punisher's done a fantastic job threading the needle and getting all this done. But you can see the house behind me. It's gonna be awesome with the deck coming off, a hot tub below. It's really a beautiful project. The homeowner's super cool, and we're working for a builder here. It's one of our, I don't want to say first times working with them, but doing something of this magnitude with them. So we want to impress them. So you guys make some comments about how wonderful the rock wall looks. We're still gonna probably come back and put some smaller rocks in some of the bigger holes here, kind of fill some of the gaps, create a little more structure. We're about a day away from being done with this this particular job. All right, let's check out the guys working, see if we can't finish up this job today. It's so cold that the machines are having trouble starting, obviously, but also warming up. And then we're getting some diesel exhaust system error codes and things like that, because everything's just frozen. You know, when all your fancy systems freeze up, nothing works right. So doing the best we can here to get this job done for the builders. He's just putting, I gotta watch out, standing downhill from rolling rocks.
What is he doing?
Bobby's just putting a few more rocks on the top layer here to make sure it's level, and then they can backfill and get some real usable space. They're gonna build a concrete pad up here for the hot tub, like I mentioned, or they're gonna build usable space for a hot tub up here, which is the reason we built the wall. And again, everything's compacted and lifts, so all the dirt behind the wall is very, very solid. But we should be done and out of here, I don't know, the next day. Equipment gone, move on to the next job. Weed barrier, weed mat, whatever you want to call it. It helps with water erosion, and it helps with weeds, big weeds taking root. Because as those weeds, and I mean, you'll get aspen trees growing up through this, as they start to expand, they'll push the wall out. Woo! They'll push the wall out, you have crumbling. So this just keeps a lot of that from happening. It is not the end all be all. You're still gonna have issue, but it at least is probably gonna delay it for a couple of years. So the water will soak through it, because you don't wanna create a swimming pool up here, because then that pressure pushes it out. So you want something the water can weep and seep through, but you don't want it gushing through. So a lot of people think this is like, oh, I'll put this here and it'll keep water from coming out. On a rock wall, you do not want to keep water from coming out, because it will hold the water in, create pressure, and collapse your wall. So by having something that is permeable, but isn't so permeable, grass and weeds can just grow no problem. You get the best of both worlds. You keep the junk out, and you let the water seep through, so it comes through the holes in the rock without kind of a plastic barrier, which would create a swimming pool and actually put pressure on the wall. So that's a little bit about why we and other companies use this in application similar to this rock wall. I can pick that one up. I can't pick it up. I can't do it. It's bigger than it looked.
Daddy, chill.
You know, this 35 excavator, when you see these things, they look small on job sites when you're driving by or on a trailer or whatnot. But they're all really, I mean, you can demo a building with a 35. The 35 really is like 3.5 tons. So this thing's gonna weigh more than like a big pickup truck or a Suburban. With the hydraulic power and all, they're pretty fierce machines. So you don't wanna take them too lightly. They'll hurt you. You know, you think it's small, you just wanna hop up next to it, take a look. It's a 35. It's pretty big.
Oh my.
So Dirt Punisher had a nice round rock. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, no, it's not far enough. There we go. Hey, Tetris, baby. Just a bit. Oh, nice. So he's actually on the leach field right now with this machine. And that's okay for a couple of reasons. The first reason why it's okay that he's on the leach field cleaning up those rocks is because the ground pressure on a mini excavator, and really on even a large excavator, if you take the weight, which this machine's 6,200 pounds with the thumb and the blade, if you take that weight and you divide it over the square inches on the track, it's only twice as much weight per square inch as me walking on this. Don't ask me what the number is, I've done the math in the past, but you figure it's like a 400-pound person walking on top of that. You introduce the fact that the ground is frozen solid, you're really, really okay with it. But I wanted to point that out to you because some people freak out about machines being on a leach field. I wouldn't make a habit of it, but just to go down and take a rock off or something like that. In a situation like we're in today, it's totally fine. It's not pushing the limits of anything. Hey, thanks for coming on this journey with us to build this really cool rock wall for this general contractor. Bobby had fun, the Dirt Punisher. Yeah, it's just a really good time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you don't mind, go ahead and click subscribe and make a comment. Let us know what you think about the video or any of the work we did or any of the equipment we used. Do you love it? Do you hate it? We'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.